You're listening to the Keep It Real podcast with Zach Phelan, where we talk everything real estate, real business, and real life. My name is Zach Phelan, and I'm a real estate investor, realtor, entrepreneur, and family man. This podcast is brought to you by Home Scout. Home Scout shows you every home listed on the market in real time, meaning if a home you're looking at goes under contract with another buyer, you will see it in real time. You can track homes that have sold, save favorite homes, get notified when a home hits the market in a neighborhood you're watching, and so much more. The best thing about Home Scout is your information is 100% secure. The only people who can see your phone number and email is yours truly, Zach Phelan, and my lender, Jenna Groff. Most people don't know this, but other apps and platforms sell your information to at least 3 realtors and 7 lenders. That's 10 phone calls and multiple emails from 10 different people. Keep your information safe in our hands. We promise not to abuse it. Download the Home Scout app now. The link is below in the show notes, or email me and I will send you a direct link. If prompted for a VIP code, use my phone number 928-853-0683. Go download the Home Scout app now and start searching for that new home today.
Hey, welcome back to the Keeping It Real podcast with Zach Phelan. This is Samantha Huger, his number one gal, and I just wanted to give you a really quick rundown of what this episode is about. For about 2 years, Zach researched how to buy and run a mobile home park. And in June of 2018, he did finally buy the right park and purchased it with his business partner, Chris Fordonski. So in these ongoing interviews that he's going to have every once in a while with Chris, they're going to talk all things about buying a park, running a park, and all that goes along with a mobile home park. So if you're a mobile home park investor, this would be an excellent episode for you to listen into from somebody who is in the trenches owning a mobile home park. So without further ado, let's get into the episode.
Like I said, dude, I didn't make a plan on what we were going to talk about. Just how
Okay.
we started this whole thing, where we're at now, and then
Right.
I wanted to do one like one a month, just
Updates.
how are things going and what we're learning, because it's like lessons learned.
Totally. From the top. Yep.
Yeah, so everyone who's watching this is going to be the mobile home park series. Both of us first-time park owners and learning this and step by step on what the real deal is, and dealing with tenants and plumbers and everything you can imagine, and
Yeah.
learning this and learning that, and just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, you wouldn't know until you rip the Band-Aid off and just dive in, or whatever however you want to put it, just get it done.
I mean,
So.
you could read all the books you want. You can listen to every single podcast about mobile home parks in this whole earth, and until you do it, you know it's not going to happen.
So
You
true.
You
Yeah.
have to learn just by doing it.
Yep. That's. I
How did
thought about that a while. I've been thinking about that, and that thing alone, and like analysis paralysis was what probably had me going for the longest time. And now it's like you could not possibly analyze the experiences we have. You couldn't ask enough people. You'd never feel good about it,
No way. Yeah, you did have analysis by paralysis for a while, huh?
For a while, yeah, for sure. Yeah, and it was like, okay, you just got to do it. Dive in, see what happens, and just start running with it.
And that's how we connected, huh? You were looking at deals or something, or you called me on was it at Craigslist?
Craigslist, yeah, Craigslist ads. So yeah, just reaching out to people like, what do you got going on? Do you want to, if you're ever interested in partnering, let's chat, and that's how things happen.
Yeah, it did.
The bushes.
Told Sammy, I was like, I just had a really good phone call with this guy. I talked to someone like Craigslist is like 10-1, 10 calls, crap, 1 call, good.
Right.
You never know. And then how we found our first deal was on Craigslist.
That's how Rick found you, huh?
Yeah.
Not direct mail, right?
No, he got my mail, but then he got my mail, but just threw it away because he gets tons of that stuff all the time. And then
right.
Craigslist, probably his office lady showed him like, hey,
now we're good. Yeah, I wonder about that. So that's cool. Yeah, multiple ways to find things. Yeah, you just gotta like keep searching. So yeah, here we are in the midst of this deal, and learning every day. So where do we start?
Dude, I don't even know. Like, when you start, we could have a million of them. Let's talk about like buying, I guess. Like we had a contract for 2 months or something like that. 60
30 days due diligence or something along those lines. And really,
Pretty tight. Yeah.
Yeah, it was tight, and it was put your money down hard if you're buying this park. And we did it. I remember calling you. I was like, dude, he wants 10 grand to go hard. You're like, dude, I trust you. And I'm like, fuck. Do I trust myself? All right, here we go.
Yeah. So we just, again, rip the Band-Aid off, see what comes. The cool part about this that we knew going in is that, Rick seemed like a pretty good guy. You had felt him out. And I think that we knew, like, we had city services and everything was back billed. We kind of had, a good idea, and, even walking into the due diligence. So we knew we had a pretty decent deal as far as where it was and stuff. It was close to town. I think that was super helpful. And then, and now coming back to it, I would say there's other questions I'd ask, but, but I wouldn't have known to ask those, right? I wouldn't have known. So, I guess people could tell you, but, you gotta feel it. You gotta be awake at night going, I should ask that. So
So what are some of those? Just like, because we are in lessons learned constantly. Like, those we should have done what?
The first thing that pops up to me is the sewer issue. We spend a bit of money every month, dealing with the sewer, and we called, you called some people, and I guess the only thing you could do would be to spend a lot of money and really have everything checked out with a camera. If you're willing to go there, or you go into it knowing you're going to have to possibly do some work, more due diligence on sewer issues for sure. And that's the main one, really. What else is coming up for you? I can't really think of anything else right now. Maybe hammering down some stuff, because we had a few things pop up with insurance on the paving. And so we don't have like a hard, they said they would pave the park for us. We don't have anything hard on that. Right. So we're going to end up running down that road. So that kind of thing. Yeah. Other than that, it's been, I don't know if you could have really done anything else beforehand. You needed to be in it to know, to just go ahead and do it. Cause like you have to actually be operating the park, and like dive in, it's all you can do.
I think the insurance, like, it's easy. I don't even remember the number they give you. It's like whatever per pad you can ask about that much, but it's like really talking about, 4 or 5 insurance companies. And it takes a lot of work just to do that. The amount of work you have to do to talk to those insurance companies to get a price quote on the park. That was a ton of work that you did, I think. And we got the one to take our insurance. We're like, we're closing. We got to take these people. And now we're got someone else looking at insuring us. And it costs more probably than we expected.
Yeah, I was actually going to revisit that number a little bit. Like, when you're running your numbers at the beginning, like, what is the sort of the industry standard? And a lot of people don't talk about park-owned homes, and we have a lot of park-owned homes. So you get to pay more, make a little more, get to pay more for it.
Exactly. I talked to a guy yesterday who called me that I met at the boot camp, and he's still kind of analysis by paralysis, but he wants to get into it. And I'm like, look, man, the park-owned homes, they require some work, but once you get a manager and a handyman in place, you can probably make more money having those park-owned homes, and that's where we're at too. And I've had several owners who've been doing this for years upon years saying, I would keep my park-owned homes and make it an extra 80 grand a year, and I'm paying my handyman 40 grand a year. And he's there all day long in the park every day, taking care of the place. And you're just like, okay, makes sense.
Yeah, the handyman's critical, right? So, and the manager. I definitely I think I've seen more demand for the just rental home product, the park-owned home product, than sort of a rent-owned situation, rent credit, whatever you want to call it, in our town, And so, there's a ton of demand for that level of, that price range that we have going right now.
Yeah, the metro. People talk about how metros and how important they are. And that's true. Like, we did our test ads and they were blowing up before we bought the place. I'm like, this seems good. And then a little while later, before we were getting ready to close, let's do some more test ads, and it blew up. Yeah. And still, you've done one post, you'll put a post up and get like 25, 50 people in 24 hours. That's insane.
Yeah. Oh, easily. Yeah. Yeah. It's people like our stuff.
Yeah. And it's like, are we too, we want to keep the park full. So it's like, are we too low or are we just in the right metro? But I've had a bunch of guys, other investors I've talked to, just like, your metro is so crucial. You have, the park might have a couple of things that make it seem like it's good, but if you're not in the right spot and you can't fill a trailer, it's useless.
Yeah.
And a bunch of guys are like, be in the right metro, be in the right metro. So when we go to sell this thing, if we ever do sell this thing, and we put here's a post and here's 175 replies on one post.
Yeah.
For people looking for rentals, that weighs a lot.
It's crazy. Yeah. I mean, even stuff that we list as a handyman special is getting, hundreds of replies, to go check out. So it's good.
Yeah, that part was huge. And the manager, the manager, they all say it a couple times. I told the guy this, the same conversation I had yesterday. It was like, your manager will make or will break you.
Oh man.
And they say it, dude, they say it, but you don't really get it because they're talking about 100 other things in all these podcasts, or they're talking about,
sure.
That boot camp is like 15 minutes on your manager will make or break you, but it's the truth.
Right.
I mean, we had that manager. So how long did we have her for? 3 or 4 months?
3 months. Yeah. And lots. Honestly, I think it was a good thing. I don't, if you only ever had an amazing manager, what would you know?
Yeah, you wouldn't know.
I mean, it wasn't, I don't know if I like those, I think it may have shaved a few minutes off my life, like worrying about stuff, but.
Oh, I got some. I got white hair.
You got this asset that's, I don't even know, maybe 2,000-3,000 miles away, and, you don't know what's going on. So, but, honestly, what did we learn? We were able to bring stuff in, took a lot of stuff in-house, which, is not scalable the way we did it, but is now we know how to do it. So, and then we were able to transition out of that. So I honestly think it was a blessing in disguise. So,
a lot of lessons learned, and you just kind of realize your tenant base, your residents, you understand the people you're working with. They sleep until noon.
Yeah.
They'll text you at 10 o'clock at night and you can't respond. And, the training them versus you getting trained and responding was huge. And don't give them any, do not give them any money for anything because they just keep on asking for it.
It's true. Yeah. You don't know that, you don't know that sort of asset, like the low income housing.
Mm-hmm.
I learned a lot about it, and the manager is the wrangler, it's so critical. So
and it's funny, you text them and you expect to reply on crucial stuff for us, and you don't hear nothing for 6 hours, and then you hear, oh, I was doing this and this and this all in the park and helping out, and you're like, no, you were not.
All right, yeah, we have no idea what you're doing. I'd appreciate something, because we are paying you. Let me know.
Deciphering the texts that come through. I'm like, dude, did you understand that text? Kinda.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
The humor of it is, it's different wavelength, right? I mean, it's not their asset, right? So they're not, they're not on the same. You really have to get on the same wavelength with your manager, right? So that's, you pick the wrong person, you'll know it pretty quick, right? So a little more screening, but we, luckily, we've come out of that. So at this point, feeling pretty darn good. But I mean, you can't put a price on it. I mean, that's the critical part. You got to treat everybody the same. You can't, you got to have this person that's willing to, isn't working on you too, right? They got to be, treating all the tenants the same. You aren't giving them any kind of deals. You really got to find that person that's willing to just step up to the plate and be, be the hammer. Honestly, be the hammer. It's helpful. It couldn't be more helpful.
It's true. It's almost like that manager will help, create the environment within the park. And they talk about that a little bit. Like, you want them to make their own community in there and be self-sufficient managing it. If anyone comes in with drugs, they're all blowing them up and getting them kicked out and calling the cops on them, and, kind of to develop that community. So I think that's kind of where we'll work towards with this new manager.
Yeah.
She's good. We'll save that for the next month podcast. The difference between an old manager and a new real manager.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's something I was thinking about though with that too is, working out
like, what was I thinking about that? As far as working out payments with people, and you just really like the manager is so critical. Oh, I know what I was thinking about is that, as a beginning multifamily rental property owner, like vacancy will I have a single family home too. And it's like, when it's vacant, it's 100% vacant. There's nobody there. So there's no bills getting paid. And it's like, I definitely came to this with like, wow, we really don't want any vacancy. And so when things open up, we wanted to, I definitely made the mistake when we took over kind of more of the stuff. Is like, I feel like we were willing to take people that maybe they were ready to move in. They, where they had money, and so you just gotta screen people no matter what, like that's, and I think we're still, it's not like it's horrible, but we have a couple people that are like, well, we took them and maybe we should have had a bit better screening, just because I was a little spooked about vacancy. And so now it's like, well, just let it go, because you're better off screening, getting a good person in there, and like, you're going to be there long term, as opposed to just, keeping their security deposit, and waiting around a month to evict them. So
yeah, and it's I would say really crucial to almost talk it out with them to make sure they fully can afford moving into there, and like what their financial plan is. And from my experience, and probably yours, they're willing to talk to you about it and explain how they're going to pay. And I think, we made a couple of mistakes up front by filling a trailer, but then they're leaving again in 2 months anyways. So didn't do us any good. And we need our full security deposit down, and then you have to pay first month's rent. At first, we were messing around with that promissory note, and if they don't have security deposit and first month's rent, and then the ability to pay, rent every month, it's like, don't put them in there, because they're going to fall behind. And if they fall behind, there's really no getting them back out of it and helping them. And I remember Frank and Dave talking about that in the class. It's like, and that's where the manager comes into play. You really don't want those people to fall behind, because if they do, they cannot get out of it. And then it becomes that snowball effect, and you're talking to them all the time, using our energy and getting funds late, blah, blah, blah. So it's like, how much money do you make a month? $600 every 2 weeks is not enough to live in my park. So you can't be here, and you just have to turn those people down. So we're learning. No, that's totally learning. Yeah. It's that vacancy. You're like, no, I want full trailers. I want all my trailers filled, and we're working towards that now, and it'll go that way.
But we've been there. Yeah. But it's not, it's just ebb and flow, right? We're going to get all good people here, at some point. So.
Yeah. And I mean, a lot of those tenants have been there forever, 5 years, 10 years, one guy, 14 years, it's in a location that people don't want to leave. So it's like, take the time, find the right person to put them in there, Right. We don't get bombarded with too many. You get 100 people who are contacting you, and it's like, Jesus, how do you find the right person to get in there?
Exactly. Yeah.
And now we'll be able to turn it over to a trusted manager, and she can vet these people as well, not just be like, they can come in.
Yeah. No, I definitely am interested in, like seeing how that all, we have a good manager, is experienced, like essentially a professional manager, and we're, you get what you pay for. It appears. So we will, she's on it. So, and here's the other interesting thing about that is, and I don't know if we want to talk about this right now, is the fact that she does not live in the park. So we're going to learn about that too. We've had somebody there, and honestly, I don't know if it's been the best thing really, because they're just sort of immersed in the chaos sometimes. And I don't know if it's the best thing. Maybe there'll be less phone calls, It's not a humongous park, so I don't think it's unreasonable for her to think, that she can handle it. So we're about to find out,
Yeah. And there 3 times Friday nights, because
us and us, or call her, and be like, this is what's going on. So we've for better or worse, if people have your phone number, you're probably gonna hear from them.
Here's like the real deal. Like, this is a conversation we have all the time. So is that guy going into number 9, and is he gonna do that handyman special? Are we still working on that, or what's the deal?
We don't know. He hasn't gotten back to me. It's still listed. So we have a trailer. I mean, give some background on the trailer, I guess. What's going on there. Mm-hmm. So the background is that we have a trailer. It's it's relatively trashed. I mean, the people trashed it before them. They had cats, they had all that stuff. And we were going to see what it's like to, just have somebody basically give them a deal on rent, get their deposit so they're locked in, and then give them a deal on rent so they repair it. We provide materials potentially, and then have our manager really like keep an eye on, like, are they doing the work? Are they willing to live in just a trash trailer? We don't want that situation. So we're going to, it's an experiment. Let's see how it works out. So, and it may work out well for us because we spent a lot of money rehabbing a couple trailers now. And so we're just going to see how this works because we got it available. So,
and my thinking behind it was, let's get a handyman special, let him fix up the trailer and then work for us in the park. So we have an in-call handyman.
That's right. Yeah.
And that guy, what did he tell you? 2 weekends a month?
Yeah, because he has a full-time job, so, and he'd work after work sometimes, if it's kind of a critical broken pipe kind of thing or something like that.
Mm-hmm. So if it's like, we get a maintenance call on a Wednesday that he can handle, then all right, he'll be over there on Saturday to fix it for you.
Exactly.
And the part of that is his reduced rent and him getting the handyman special. So now we're working towards a couple of those guys in the park where, this is the trade I work in and I can do these type of things. And finding that guy who wants to be in the park and everybody kind of knows him and they're like, hey, Fred, can you come over here and fix this for me type stuff? Hey, I got this.
Right.
Can you do this? And, he will communicate with our manager, get things fixed. Hypothetically, this would want, a couple of those guys in there, I think would be a good play until we fill this park.
We have quite a few people that are, it's kind of their thing. They're, they work in that field kind of, and they may be laid off this time of year. So it could work out pretty good too. So we'll see. Yeah. That's kind of our new experiment for sure. Yeah. As we move forward into the spring in beautiful Kentucky. So
no more frozen pipes. I think we got.
Oh man, I hope not. Yeah. It's frozen here today, but yeah, you're getting the reality of what it's like there. So yeah, it's been a rough winter. So yeah, another thing too is the pre-winterization thing. Like maybe next year, got a lot of park-owned homes. Like we spend some time, really having a guy walk around and put heat tape in if we need it, and work on that kind of stuff. That critical, kind of stuff that we're learning. Another lesson learned. It gets cold down there. I didn't know that. So, yeah, I didn't think it got that cold actually. I mean, it's been really cold this year. So
like 10 degrees or
Yeah. And I mean, that impacts our tenants, right? It's like, we didn't really know. It's like you're going to probably have, people are paying $250 a month just to heat the place, so it makes a difference. We definitely, you need to make sure your tenant makes enough money that they can, they can pay their bills, because if they come in there in the summer, it's just not the same reality as it is in the winter there. Mm-hmm. So another reason to get some good screening.
Yeah, right. Can you afford the winter bills? And
yeah, exactly. Like find out what they are, because the trailers aren't brand new, So yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. All the things that come up in here is like, okay, well, for the in-house handyman that we're going to have, or the full-time handyman who's going to be in the park every single day taking care of stuff, building decks, he'll be like, all right, winter's coming, let's go prep for this, let's check all the furnaces, summer, the rain season's coming, let me check all the roofs, put some more tar down or whatever he puts down on top of it to make sure we're not having any roof leaks when the rain comes. Just stuff like that, you're like, okay, this is what we're going to work up towards. I think that's, just lessons learned. People are like, oh yeah, I heard about that one time, but you forget.
You can't. Yeah, right. You can't. Again, it's like, lessons learned. Totally. We know now. Mm-hmm. I mean, I know now that with the right two people, you can actually buy a park 3,000 miles from your house, at least for 6 months.
Yeah. Yeah. We're 6 months into this thing, and now it's, I think, we're starting to get an even better grasp on it, and the new managers be a lifesaver and make things a million times better. I'm thinking, I was like, hey, I slept good last night.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Well, I definitely have had that thought for 2 weeks now. Yeah, or a week.
Yeah. I was like, damn, I'm gonna have to fly out there and kick a bunch of people out. This is gonna get crazy.
Right. Yeah, it's gonna be a week of wandering around the park. Yeah, trying to wrangle it all in again. Yeah. Yep. Yep. The only wild card we got now is putting our sewer system back together, which sounds like we got a good contractor for that.
Yeah.
That was a lot of heartache, and worry about the city being upset about literally sewage on the ground, dealing with that kind of stuff. That has been really our biggest maintenance issue, honestly.
And it's, and we did a good job of vetting contractors coming into it. We would have a job and send over 3 contractors and pick the guy who seemed the best and good pricing and whatever. And we found a good one. And we tried to do the same thing with plumbing, but nobody would call us back. Right.
That's true.
We had the one plumber. So maybe they got some little thing okay, I get this part, you get this. You do not call them, I take this. Maybe they had that going on, but this plumber worked the part before us, and so they knew it. And that was part of our due diligence, calling them and asking them, how often are you out there? Oh, we're out there once every 3 months. Well, you were out there every week for 3 weeks, a month ago. So, and making sure the work was getting done, which we both had that hunch, they're not doing it right. The guys feel they're saying, okay, we fixed it, and the office people are sending us a bill, and this is just real life talk. Like they didn't fix the deal, we're not paying for it. The tenants, the residents have been saying, no, the trailers at our team sewer's been backed up for this whole entire week. We got a bill a week ago. They're out there in between that, and then just another one. It's like, is the item fixed?
Right. And your tenants are telling you no one was there, or it's still the same,
Yeah, still the same. They didn't fix it, blah, blah, blah. The manager was there or wasn't there to help out or to explain what was going on. It's a real thing, and it's crucial. Like, if you got to deal with heat and furnace guys, you got to deal with AC guys, regular old contractors. Like, you have to, it's like, if they're going to take a bunch of money from us, and they're not going to get any business from us later on. And that's the route we've gone now, coming in, and
they burnt the bridge. Yeah. They bit the hand that fed them. Yeah. It's good. I mean, it's nice to have a guy right there, but, willing to go far and wide if they won't take care of us, because we pay our bills. I mean, if there's anywhere paying our bills, we're really good about it. So
yeah, and now it's like, well, we're not paying for that work that you charged us for because you didn't do it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I guess maybe classic contractor story, but yeah,
I know, right? They all tell you, get a couple of them. I mean, John, for instance, while we were there at the park buying it, we had a contractor come over, this John guy, and he's turned out to be a good contractor for us.
Yeah.
But he walked in and he looked at the trailer and he looked at me and he looked at Chris and says, hey, I can fix this thing up. It's going to cost you $8,000. And I just started laughing, and I don't know what your face was.
Yeah.
I was like, you're out.
Right.
You're doing, I'm not, that's not
right.
the first time around the block. But then he
calls you back.
3 hours later, he calls back, oh, okay, I can do it for $2,500. And I'm like,
right.
You're getting
it's quite a bit of difference, right? Yeah. Yeah.
Right? And now he's our electrician. He goes in there and does stuff, and he's very
all the time.
Right? $40 to get stuff fixed.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's amazing, and he's good, he's just on call. So it's, any little things, frozen pipes, things like that, he just gets it done. That's what you want. You want to just know he's going to get it done, even if it's a little bit more gets handled, you don't want to keep the tenants happy, no whining. So we're
no whining.
well, we get it handled, it's like you complain, we get it done. We definitely, there's another lesson learned, it's don't leave people hanging, it's these aren't the fanciest places, but if we take care of them, as best we can. When we know about it, we take care of it, Now if they trashed it, they got 25 cats living in there, and the floors, they're coming in and out of the floor, the hole in the floor, then and that was beforehand, we don't know about it, it's a little different. But
yeah, and what you're talking about is we had trailer 24 had a sewer issue, didn't tell us. We're back to the sewer. Didn't tell us about it for a month, and we get our previous manager wasn't doing their job, wasn't communicating, didn't give them the maintenance line number. We have it set up so, hey, here's a maintenance line. Call, text, email this number. It goes to our Google Voice, and we both see it when we handle it. Well, that didn't go out because that's a direct line to the boss, the manager's bosses,
right?
And the managers probably didn't want to give it out. And for who knows, 3 weeks, there's a sewer issue that they didn't call a plumber, they didn't call anybody, didn't get a hold of us, tell the manager. Now they're all upset. We're not paying our rent. Well, okay, now you're going to get evicted, and that's where we're at. We're evicting those people now, and but we didn't know about the issue.
Right.
So,
and as soon as we did, we handled it.
Yeah. And then a day later, they're out there and they got that one fixed. So it's like, we know about it and we got it.
Know.
Yeah.
So as soon as you know, we get it handled.
Take care of your tenants, take care of your residents, get on the thing there.
Yeah, it's so easy now. I mean, it's so easy, right? Everybody's got a smartphone. You just put a number out there, done. I mean, it's that easy, as long as you got a manager that's responsive, And, it was their lesson learned again. Yeah, but we had to do what we had to do, and really the maintenance number is an awesome, works really well. So,
and we really only implemented that last month.
Yeah, like a month and a half ago. So really was just the beginning of December. Yeah, we did it. So it was 2 months
ago.
It's
great because they just shoot us a text like, "Hey, this is so and so in trailer 13. Got sewer issue."
Yeah. And you don't want to hear it, but it works. It works just fine. So
and now it's going to the new manager, and she's going to send over her handyman and make sure it gets done.
Right.
So they got a maintenance line, they got a responsible manager's phone number now. So And I think the folks know who have made requests. I mean, we get the stuff fixed.
Yeah.
Got a leaky roof. Geez, but okay, now it's fixed.
Yeah, done
within a reasonable amount of time.
Yep.
And that's all they care about. Then they pay next month.
Yep. And those. Yeah, we have the reputation of taking care of stuff with a lot of people in there. The people that we brought into the park, we communicate with them when they move in. Like, hey, it's get in touch with us. You can definitely let us know what's going on, and then once you have that relationship, which it's hard to set up really, and I've definitely heard from other park owners like you don't want to have that, but it's kind of what we got going on right now, with this park, and it's not unruly, it's there's not that many people, it's 33 people right now, so it's good.
We bring in another 10 trailers, and really then at that point you could have a full-time handyman.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, we definitely can do that.
Yeah, I still want to do the buy the little not tiny houses, but the little storage sheds. Put them behind
storage sheds. Yeah,
put them behind the trailers, and charge every tenant in there $35. And
because everybody's got stuff, right? And it's definitely a real violation to have it laying around. So it's probably a decent little add-on to the business.
Cleans the place up, makes it look nicer. But if it's $35 a month that your tenant's paying for to have that there, in 2 years that thing's paid off, and then after that it's $35 a month,
right,
on all your pads that you're making, which keeps your park looking nicer too. So it's like, we get some more trailers in there, then you pay for that handyman, and he's in there building those, putting them up. So
the moving forward stuff is definitely that we're shooting towards that, and rent raise this year. It's gonna be interesting to see how this all goes, right? We got
lesson learned. People don't sign year-long leases.
Man, huge. I don't know. Looking back, it's like that's a huge lesson learned. Yeah, we didn't know what we were thinking.
If you sign a year-long lease, you got to wait a whole year before you can up the rent.
Right. Yeah.
In our state.
Right.
For our attorney and read it online. So,
which makes complete sense. But we were in the time we just we were moving. A lot of moving parts. A lot of moving parts.
Yeah.
You hit the ground. You have 3 days. You try to get everything up and running. And the new manager. She was on it. I mean, she got all new leases signed, but they weren't the leases that we needed. So here we are. But
we gave her, but it wasn't there.
Yeah.
But now at this point, I mean, theoretically, we could send our new manager in there, re-sign these leases, and now you're all month to month. But she's, we spoke to her about it. Like, eventually, we need to do a rent raise, but let's make sure the park is good and secure and something, and then let's do something to make the livability a little better. I still think putting that little some sort of sunshade up out front of the park for
the bus stop. Yeah.
For the kids to go to school, put that up for them, and due to that reason, we're increasing your rent.
That's a good point. Yep. Paving will be another one too. Yeah. We're, just improving the overall park, making it a nicer place.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah. That's moving forward stuff. That's a huge one. I guess turnover is good for us because we're getting month-to-month leases now.
Yeah,
so,
we are. We are.
Yeah. It's our lot renters that will be, they're just hanging out. It's So that'd be that rent raise will be.
And they're in dirt cheap rent, man. I mean, like 150.
It's incredible, honestly. Yeah, I mean, all that. It's such an affordable situation for them, and it is not close to market. It appears in that town. So we'll shake that up a little bit. But
yeah, there's a couple people who are like, yeah, my lot rent's 150, and they're like scared to increase it, but they're out of town. They don't have our location.
Right.
To me, I'm like, we bump it to 200, they might be a little angry or whatever.
Right.
But they're not going to get their trailer up and move it over.
Well, and it's not unreasonable. I mean, it's not. We need. It's like you have to have that money to operate, right? It is so ridiculously low that we are on the ragged. If it was all park-owned homes, you'd be on the ragged edge of not being able to maintain this place they live in, right, in a nice way. So we sort of have to, you have to pay for a nice place, it's not, we're not going to raise it to a reasonable level. We're going to take care of these people. It's not like we're going to throw them away, so it's going to be, so you get to pay for a nice place, and that's what we're shooting for there, and keep it reasonable. It'll still be reasonable. No matter what.
It really is for all those lot renters. It's really reasonable. I mean, whether we go 175 the first year and then 200, I mean, really, we want to cap them out probably at 250. But how quickly do you get there? You hear stories of, I did it $25 over 4 years, and man, if I just would have done it $100 at the front, nobody would have left either. You're like, so it's like, what do you?
Yeah, maybe you just do it. Yeah. Well, we'll see. More to follow. Stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned. It's like, all right, if I raise you up $50 a month, $600 a year, to move your trailer is going to cost you $5,000.
Right.
Do these people have $5,000? Most likely, no. Are they going to move their trailer out of this prime location? No.
Right.
And it's $600. So.
Right. And our lot renters are actually kind of holding some of the prime spots in the park. Really, if they do end up moving, it's not actually the worst thing for us, honestly. So, because it doesn't really affect our bottom line very much, like right now. So we'll see how that goes. We're really, it's gonna be interesting. So we'll see. And, I have to say though, I do like our tenant-owned homes. I mean, I've only spoken to one of those people ever. So they're easy to deal with. They know they got a good deal, and so they pay on time, and they just deal with it. So, deal with any pressure. Yeah. Anyway.
Well, dude, I think that was pretty good for our first little chat. And
all right,
we'll do another one at the end of the month, at the beginning of the month, and see how the 6 months with crap managers is, and the first month with the real manager is.
Yeah, we can lay that out. Yeah.
She's got her plate loaded right now, and she's been down there kicking butt. So it's exciting to have it. She manages 2 other parks. She manages apartment complexes all around that spot, and she just kind of does her drives and makes her rounds. And it's like, okay,
and knows the questions to ask. Yeah,
she's talking to a real person. You're talking to a real guy. You're like, I get it, sweet.
A pro, pro. So. Yeah, speaking of which, we're going to call her here shortly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. She's down there kicking butt for us. She's issuing notices to people who hadn't paid.
Yeah.
Probably getting ready for a couple of evictions, right?
Right. I hope so. Yeah. Yeah, we should be. Today's the day. So we have 2 coming up. So that'll be like next time we talk, we'll see how that panned out, let's say, because I've been there not paying for about a month. So.
Lesson learned right here. In our state of Kentucky, you have to have an attorney represent an LLC in court.
Yeah. Yes, we know now.
But now
it was only one issue we had. So
but we got a good attorney. We'll see how he's on top of stuff. So it's good.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, actually, we need to touch base with him. So we'll. Today's the day. Not sure. Yeah. All right. Cool.
All right, good. Well, thanks for hopping on, and we'll chat later today.
All right.
Hey guys, I want to keep it real with you. Thank you guys for listening to this week's podcast. If you could do us a huge favor and write us a review, it really helps out the channel. Samantha and I really, really do appreciate it. So go ahead and write us a review. Thank you so much. If you know anyone that I should be talking to, please do send them our way. We really appreciate it. See you guys for next week's episode. Until then, keep it real.